fix my shirt. Peace. Now, before I begin, I want to say it's not an option anymore with Facebook, where we used to be able to make our live videos, right, and have the option to save them. That doesn't appear to be an option anymore. So, I personally, I'm more inclined to just recording a video and uploading it to my different platforms, Facebook being one of them. I have a YouTube page, which I should share. I'll probably add the information to my bio on Facebook anyways. And on my platforms, I have an Instagram account also. I'm not as active on that one when it comes to making videos like this, but nonetheless, no more lives on Facebook, especially if I feel if the subject is important. I anticipate this being my last video regarding this incident that I had at M.I.C, the Vietnamese restaurant on Union Street here in LYNN, Massachusetts. I put up those videos. I gave my testimony. I absolutely didn't appreciate the way that they treated me, aside from, adding the tip onto my receipt. The thing that truly set me off was the way that they treated me. When I brought it to their attention, the way that they lied about me, the way that the man said that I go in there all the time, sit down to eat, and I never tip. That is a blatant lie. And I'm not going to defend myself. You either believe it or not, because honestly, there's no way to prove it, correct? I've been a barber for over 20 years. I've worked in restaurants. I've worked in the service industry. I understand what the value of a tip is. That aside, after putting up this information, my testimony, these videos, and all this stuff, right? A lot of people, and a lot is subjective, but nonetheless, there were plenty of people that were coming under my video, onto my thread, and were making claims that they had also been mistreated by that restaurant. The quality of the food went down. Other people were charged the tip. The tip was included in their bill. As I stated before, I was in the restaurant with probably 7 other parties, and none of them could testify to being charged the tip on their bill. Ultimately, I'm here at work right now, and maybe 2 days ago or so, I had a Cambodian coworker, 2 Cambodian coworkers who had seen my video and heard my testimony, and they can attest to the idea that they have been treated badly at that restaurant. I have some testimony of I may not get this right. A Cambodian person who was there with Vietnamese friends, and either the Cambodian knew Vietnamese or the Vietnamese friends overheard the help at this restaurant talking down on this Cambodian guest to the restaurant. I've had my 2 co-workers who have acknowledged and have told me that this place is notorious for not having a problem with treating certain groups of people unfairly. I gotta stop saying I gotta be more conscious of that. It really It really took me by surprise the number of people who jumped onto my thread and got into my comment box and gave their own testimony of them being mistreated at that restaurant. M.I.C, LYNN, Massachusetts. I have my own stories. The last interaction I had was there was a misunderstanding between the bag that they give you with the sprouts and the hoisin sauce and the sriracha and the basil. And there was a misunderstanding. I ordered 2 soups, one for myself and one for my son. They gave me 1 bag. I didn't realize this until I got home, unpacked everything, and took everything out in order to share it between my son and I realized there was 1 bag. I left the bag with my son. I figured he was gonna, clean house with it. I got to the restaurant. I told her that I only got 1 bag in my to-go bag, 1 bag of sprouts and basil. And she said that no, it was a bigger bag. There was more stuff in it. And I told her I had no idea. Why would I assume to know? Why should I know that you gave me a bigger bag? It didn't feel bigger, it didn't look bigger. And I explained as such to her. And I even said to her, it would have been a better idea, instead of you assuming or expecting me to know that it was a bigger bag, I think it would have been a much better idea for you to tell me that it's a bigger bag, there's more sprouts in there, there's more basil, there's more limes, more sauce packets. I didn't think I was I didn't think I was asking for too much. I didn't think I was out of order. But she chose, the owner of this restaurant, she was more focused on arguing with me and proving her point, where ultimately I got to the point and I was just beside myself, and I was really upset with the fact that she would much rather argue with me and try to charge me an extra $3 for an extra bag, instead of understanding, and this I had to tell her, I'm not here to get you for your sprouts. I'm not here to get you for your basil leaves. I'm not here to get you for your hoisin packets, your sriracha packets. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to try to beat you out of $3. I'm not here for that. But ultimately, that's what really bothered me the most. And even with that being done to me, and her disrespectfully tossing the bag in my direction, I still gave them another chance because I liked the food. Service aside, it's the reason why I never sat down in that restaurant. It's the reason why I never sat down to eat in that restaurant, because I'd rather just deal with your food instead of dealing with you. It is an unethical business. That restaurant is an unethical business, and they don't deserve anyone's business. They don't deserve any of our money. I don't know if these white people I don't know if these people with money that have moved into the neighborhood, or actually, because it was before that, it wasn't even these people with money that moved into the neighborhood. It was people that went out of their way to come to this restaurant to come try some exotic flavors, if you will. I don't know if they spoiled them or something, or what had happened, but when it comes to learning and being new to a culture, you have to learn that culture. And this whole adding a tip onto a party of 1 or 2, maybe even 3, that's not part of this culture. Adding the tip onto a larger party, 6, 7, 8 people and beyond, that's expected. But what they did was unethical. The way that they responded to me was unethical. The way that they were so willing to lose me as a customer, including my daughter, the way that they were so willing to lose me as a customer means that they truly don't care about me. They actually feel like we should be happy to have them. 30 years ago, you might have had a point. But nowadays, we have internet, we have YouTube, we have options. I can learn how to make that myself. I can go to a Chinese supermarket, Asian supermarket, and I can buy those ingredients myself, and I can come home and I'll make myself a wonderful pho. And I don't have to go to you. Either that, or I go to, a lot of people have been mentioning Pho Paris, which is on Route 1, and other pho restaurants which are around and available. And I guess Golden Monkey here in LYNN, I don't know whether it's true or not, but I guess on the weekends they prepare a pho. I'm going to have to ask and look into that. That's interesting. But keep your money in your pockets when it comes to M.I.C on Union Street in LYNN, Massachusetts. They're an unethical business practice. They're an unethical business. They don't respect their customers. They expect their customers. There's no respect. There's only expectations from them. I expect this to be my last video regarding this subject, regarding this restaurant. I don't know. Something may pop up. Something may occur. I might make another one. We'll see. And ultimately, my last point, this is my second point. I tried to share this information with the official LYNN Eats page on Facebook. And I got some smoke for you too. I try to share this information, and one of their rules is that you can't go on there and railroad or talk negatively about another restaurant unless, and I might have read this wrong, unless you have evidence, unless you can provide a picture, or whatever it may be. Well, the first time I shared the information, they left my post up, but they turned off the comments. Before they turned off the comments, somebody got on there and tagged one of the admins for the page. And the admin, the girl, the lady, what's her name? I forget right now, but the lady, the other admin for the page, not the guy, the girl. She got on there and she said, hey, okay, I see it. And shortly thereafter, after she saw the post, she shut off the comments with no explanation, no dialogue between her and I. There was no exchange. So I got the impression that I was going to have to come with some evidence or something, right? So that's where I put my second post with the video from the police officer, the video of me heading to work in the morning, and the video of my bank account showing the two transactions from the restaurant. So I reshared that post on that official LYNN Eats page. Not only did that post get deleted, but I got blocked from that page. Again, this is America. God bless it. You can do whatever you want to do with what is yours, as long as you're not hurting other people. But one thing that I did realize and should be pointing out is that of the official LYNN Eats page is not an unbiased food review page, restaurant review page. They are not unbiased. As a matter of fact, they're very biased. They are so biased. They are biased because they want to preserve the perks that they get from these restaurants that they put up onto their page, onto their page. They want to preserve the free food. They want to the free food that they get. They want to preserve the discounts that they get. They want to preserve the fact that they can continue to promote their page by offering these weekend gift certificates, right? Predict the final score in the Patriots game, and you can get a $50 gift certificate from this restaurant. Let's go, guys. Go team. And sure enough, they get a winner. One of my friends, one of my boy's wife, both my friends, she won last week. She put up a post. She was like, "Thank you, LYNN Eats. I appreciate this gift certificate, free food. Fuck yeah." I would celebrate it as well. I would celebrate the same thing. Absolutely. If I won something and I was able to go to a restaurant and eat for free, I'd be happy about that as well. But it is not fair. It's not fair that someone cannot get onto this page and express a right and just negative review on a restaurant. So keep that in mind when it comes to the official LYNN Eats page. You're biased. You're not fair. You're not right and exact. You're savages in your behavior. I'm allergic to that crap personally, and I think more of us should be. You know, ultimately, why did I make those videos and those posts? Because I believe in justice. I believe in truth. I believe in, yeah, you look out for your family, you look out for the people you love, but when it comes to the general population, I believe in truth, justice, and equality. I believe in freedom, justice, and equality for the people. I believe that if I were to ever run for office, or the person that represents me would represent the people. If I were to run for office, I would represent the people. And unfortunately, we don't have enough of that in our society today. And M.I.C is an example of an unethical practice. Official LYNN is an example of an unethical. Would that be the word for LYNN? I don't know if that's the word, but y'all aren't being fair. You're not being fair. You're not being just. You're not being right and exact. Especially if I'm trying to present a case where racism may have been involved and absolute discrimination was involved. But what do y'all do? Y'all shut it down. You shut it down. And that's not fair. It's not fair to those of us who believe in you, who actually, because there are some people that have faith in the pages that they follow. There are people like that in this world, you know. And I'm not necessarily here to burst their balloon or anything like that, but do better. Do better, because we need a lot of doing better in this world right now. We need a lot of doing better. With that being said, I'm at work. I still have my barbershop, Victoria's Barbers. I have a page on Facebook. My phone number's on there. If you need a barber, if you need a haircut or a shave, hit me up. I'm only doing appointments, only by appointment only. My information is on Facebook, Victoria's Barbers, 423 Union Street in LYNN, Massachusetts. I'm doing appointments only. I'm at my other job right now, working hard, trying to secure this future for myself and for my children, and I hope you all are doing the same thing. And with that, I say peace.